One of the biggest losses I probably ever took in this business is back when CZs first came out. CZ is a cubic zirconium, which is a man-made substitute for a diamond. Nobody knew about them, and they tested as diamonds. So me and everybody else in the industry bought a bunch of them. I lost close to 25, 30,000 on that, but it was a lesson learned.
When I first started working the night shift, I didn't have that much experience here. And being the typical 18-year-old kid, I thought I knew everything. And it must have got around town pretty quick because I bought 6 fake Rolexes in 1 week. I thought I was doing a great job, so I only spent about $4 grand on the 6 fake Rolexes.
Guy in a suit comes in the pawn shop, got a big set of diamond earrings. Asked him all the questions, he even had a receipt. I gave him $40,000. 3 days later, the police took him from me. That was the biggest bust I ever had in the pawn shop. A woman brought in a signed photo of the Rolling Stones. It includes Brian Jones' signature, which is really rare. I have to make sure it's real, so I'm gonna have Steve take a look.
How's it going?
What's up, chum?
What's happening? Check this out. Know how much you like rock music?
I love rock music. Yeah, the Rolling Stones, the original members. That's really a great photo of these guys, very early, too. And we know it's still the original guys because Brian Jones died in 1969, drowning accident. So we could date it 62 to 69, roughly. The Rolling Stones are kind of like top of the mountain. You've got the Beatles, and no one can touch the Beatles. But the Rolling Stones are right there in terms of popularity. Rolling Stones memorabilia goes through the roof. Anytime it's genuine, it's instant gold. Rick, tell me about your concerns.
Well, first off, are they real? And if they are real, how bad is that tape all over them?
Of course. The tape does affect the value, though, because you're altering the piece.
Okay.
I mean, if the signatures are real, and if they check out okay, there's not too many surviving pieces from that period of the Rolling Stones. It's a pretty rare piece.
Okay, so do your magic.
All right, Rick, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use the Pro Scope on this. It lets me kind of go in here and figure out if these signatures are live, first and foremost. And I'm starting to take a look at here, and I see some ink formations. And right in this area, I see some overlapping, which indicates to me, yes, it was actually penned by someone. But who was it penned by? We have to get to that next.
Okay.
Next thing I'm gonna do, guys, is I'm gonna go into my database. The first thing I wanna do is I wanna pull up known examples of these guys, how they signed back in the day. So 1962 to 1969, we have to start looking at their signature styles from that period. You know, some of the things I'm starting to observe already, when I look at the piece here, I'm starting to see some stuttering, some pausing, compared to what I know is genuine and real. I'm starting to see some big-time differences. It looks like someone went into the Brian signature and stopped after his A, which isn't a good sign. If I had to take a look at Keith Richards, the Keith Richards that's featured on this piece here is so different in letter, shape, formation. The sizing is different. I'm noticing someone's trying to mimic kind of what Keith did. But ultimately, in the end, I think that's what you have on this entire piece here, is where someone is trying to kind of mimic the Rolling Stones.
Okay. All right.
Oh, well.
Sorry.
Back in the 60s especially, a lot of times at concerts, the manager would sign photos and hand them out, which could have been this case as well. I mean, it's the only way that they could kind of fill that demand because everybody wanted a piece of the Rolling Stones at that time.